Gary Coverly Blackens. I have it.
I would like to call the February 2nd, 2016 City Council meeting to order. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long. Ray. Yes. Marsh.
Yes.
Kenyon.
Here.
Petty.
Here.
Tennant.
Here.
Shopmeyer. Latour.
Present.
Mayor Jordan.
Here. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under the first order of business, under the mayor's announcements, proclamations, and recognition, I would like to make a special recognition tonight. Tonight, council and citizens of Fayetteville, we have a special recognition. We have a celebrity in the house. We have Fayetteville's own Barrett Baber with us tonight. Barrett and I go back a ways. I have listened to several of his concerts here in town, and he's been a great citizen and a great friend to this city. And it is an honor for me to present the following proclamation, Barrett. Whereas Barrett Baber has entertained thousands of residents in Fayetteville and all over northwest Arkansas, and millions more around the world, and whereas Barrett has served our community as an educator, inspiring young minds to dare to dream through artistic expression, and whereas Barrett was the winner of the 2014 Grammy Awards Gig of a Lifetime, where he performed a concert during Grammy Week in Los Angeles. And whereas Barrett was a finalist on Season 9 of NBC's The Voice, where he was a member of country superstar Blake Shelton's team. And whereas Barrett has had multiple songs on the Billboard Hot 100 and digital charts, including a #1 single on iTunes country charts. And whereas Barrett Baber has proven to be a man of true character and a fine role model representing Fayetteville and all of Arkansas well as an entertainer, a husband, father, and friend. Now, therefore, I, Lionel Jordan, Mayor of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, February the 2nd, 2016, as Barrett Baber Day in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And I also want to present you with the key to this city. But first, the proclamation. I want to present you with this key to the city. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I would. Never pass up the opportunity for the hot mic. Thank you, Mayor Jordan. Wow, you know, it's been an incredible journey for me the last 6 months, and I think one of the most gratifying and humbling parts of the journey for me has been to represent the people of the city of Fayetteville in a way that made them proud. And it wasn't something I actively thought about doing. You know, that wow, I'm really going to make the city of Fayetteville proud. But I'm so glad that the city of Fayetteville, the people here, the people of northwest Arkansas, the people of Arkansas, but especially here in Fayetteville, took ownership of my success. And I think it goes to show the kind of place that we live and the people that live here. And I'm really proud to call this place my home. And no matter where this dream of mine takes me, be it Nashville or Los Angeles or New York or one day maybe even worldwide, I'll always have a little place inside my heart for Fayetteville, Arkansas. And now I have a key to the city, so I don't think I have a choice now. I guess I can get in any door here.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
But I want to say thank you to you, but also to the people of Fayetteville. It's been an amazing ride, and one that I'm not finished with yet, and there's some really special things coming. So I hope to continue to make the city of Fayetteville proud, and and really grateful for this honor that you've
Thank you.
bestowed upon me today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh. Okay, the next order of business is a consent agenda, and I believe Councilmember Latour, you want to pull one?
Yes, please. It's the resolution talking about the drug interdiction.
You want to put it on the first order of new business? Be fine?
Please.
Okay. All right. On the consent agenda tonight, number one, approval of the January 19th, 2016 City Council meeting minutes. Number two, a resolution to approve a budget adjustment in the amount of $21,573, representing donation revenue to the animal services received during the third and fourth quarters of 2015. Number three, a resolution to approve the purchase of a 2016 Dodge Ram 1500 Tradesman Quad Cab 4x4 from Lewis Automotive Group of Fayetteville in the amount of $22,995 pursuant to a state procurement contract for use by the Engineering Division. Number four, a resolution to award bid number 16-18 and authorize a contract with Utility Service Company Incorporated in the amount of $1,133,510 for the Baxter and Mount Sequoia Tank Rehabilitation Improvements Project, to approve a project contingency in the amount of $113,351, and to approve a budget adjustment. Number five, a resolution to approve amendment number 2 to the contract with Environmental Consulting Operations Incorporated in the amount of $50,000 for wetlands mitigation, site monitoring, and management through 2016. Number six, a resolution pursuant to Federal Code of Ordinances Section 39.10C4 to authorize the mayor to pay the amount of $11,695.64 to Key LLC and $5,209.40 to ServPro of Fayetteville Springdale for a wastewater damage claim arising at 620 North Rockcliffe Road. Number seven, a resolution to approve a budget adjustment in the amount of $200 representing donation revenue from Precision Rescue LLC to the Fayetteville Fire Department for an annual Employee Service Awards event. Number eight, a resolution to approve a budget adjustment in the amount of $750 representing donation revenue from the Fayetteville Firefighters Association to the Fayetteville Fire Department for the annual Employee Service Awards event. Number nine, a resolution to approve a contract with Grant Thornton LLP in the amount of $97,500 to provide independent audit services to the City of Fayetteville. Number 10, a resolution to approve a budget adjustment for 2015 to appropriate the non-cash repurchase of approximately 24 acres in the Fayetteville Commerce District from Pacific Vet Group USA Incorporated. Number 11, a resolution to award bid number 16-17, authorized contract with Frank Sharam Landscape Design Incorporated in the amount of $148,743 for the installation of trees and shrubs within the mediums of Crossover Road and Van Ash Drive, and to approve a project contingency in the amount of $15,000. Number 12, a resolution to approve a contract with Ewing Signal Construction LLC of Nixa, Missouri, in the amount of $100,041.50 for the construction of a traffic signal at the intersection of Van Ash Drive and Garland Avenue, Highway 112, and to approve a project contingency in the amount of $10,000. And number 13, a resolution to approve a payment of $359,587.42 to the Arkansas Highway and Transportation Department for design and construction of the Highway 45 Old Wire Road Signal and Intersection Improvements Project. I will entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty, Tennant,
Yes.
Shopmire,
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
Okay, on unfinished business, we have none. Before I go into the new business, is there any comments or that the council would like to make about Mr. Barrett? I apologize, I don't think I asked you all if you had any comments to make tonight, so. Is there any? Yes?
I thought we were going to get to hear a song.
Next time. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Under new business, Number one, a resolution to approve a budget adjustment recognizing funding from the Gulf Coast High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area in the amount of $136,992 for the police department. John, I believe you pulled this item.
I pulled this aside to give one citizen his chance at the microphone. So I think we should ask for public comment, Mayor.
Okay, do you want to get an explanation from the chief, or do you want to just go right into public comment?
We can get an explanation from the chief.
And then we'll go into public comment,
Okay,
fair enough?
sure.
All right, chief.
Thanks, Mayor. This is a federal grant we've been receiving for probably about the last 7 or 8 years. It's a zero match grant. It's, basically we use it to supplement the efforts of the Drug Task Force. In years past, and when I say years past, I'm talking about in, the 90s, we used a Edward Byrne grant to fund the task force, but as the years have gone by, that funding has dropped off, and so this is what we use to supplement that funding of the federal Byrne grant to operate the Drug Task Force.
And Chief, the money is funding salaries, buying vehicles, buying intelligence?
This does 3 things. It funds officer overtime, there's allowance for 2 vehicles, and then the third one is a federal acronym, what we commonly refer to as PPI, P-E-P-I, which is the purchase of evidence and the purchase of information. So we use it if we go buy an illicit drug from somebody, it's what we use to actually make that purchase.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, any other questions from the council on this? What public comment do we have?
Yeah, hi, my name is Chris Stiley. I have severe allergies, so please bear with me. I'm really congested.
Sure.
And I'll be very, very brief. But mine is regarding the public safety as it relates to the issue, and specifically of people being court-ordered to, say, Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous for drugs, or Celebrate Recovery. And just in pointing out that it hasn't stopped DUI, this has been going on since the 1930s, when AA began. The AA co-founder, Dr. Bob, began the process, I think in late 1930s. And we still have DUIs today where people are drinking and driving and under the influence. They get 6, 7, 8 DUIs and they keep doing it. I myself did it back. I had it in 1984. I had a DWI in Anchorage, Alaska. And I kept on because the punishment wasn't severe enough. I think if something as simple as if I had known that I would lose my license for life on the first offense, I'm quite certain I wouldn't have done it anymore. But it was just more convenient for me to drink and drive, and it was fun. So I kept at it. So I think we just need more severe laws. I think that would help, as far as, the fiscal concerns. I think that would be best for public safety and fiscal concerns. And I just wanted to point out, too, is like when people are court-ordered to AA, the first thing that they're told, AA is not being honest with them. I've been involved in AA for many, many years. For 31 years, I've been clean and sober since 1985. And the first thing court-ordered people are told when they come to AA is that AA is a spiritual program, that it's not religious. But in fact, it is. In its own literature, they have Drs. William Silkworth and Dr. Terry Tybout in AA conference-approved literature when they spoke at the AA Comes of Age convention, just very quickly, they pointed out that under these conditions, the patient turns to religion with an entire willingness and readily accepts, without reservation, a simple religious proposal. Considering the presence of the religious factor, because of this initial confidence, identical experience, and the fact that the discussion is pitched on moral and religious grounds, it is paramount to note that the religious factor is all important even from the beginning. Found an answer to his distinct problem of personal religious experience. In a sense, this is what happens in Alcoholics Anonymous. Religion plays upon the narcissism and neutralizes it to produce a feeling of synthesis. In other words, unless the religious impetus of Alcoholics Anonymous affects a change in the deeper personality components, the influence of the program is not lasting. Harry Emerson Fosdick's favorable review of AA's Big Book in 1939 states, the core of their whole procedure is religious. Fosdick again, 1956, moreover, these testimonies bear witness to religion's reality, for Alcoholics Anonymous is deeply religious. That's AA Comes of Age, pages 304 through 324. And I just point that out because I think AA is very, very helpful in many respects, but what happened with me was that the religion was used, the religious absolutism was used in an abusive manner. And it took me 27 years to begin to study, take a look at religious theology and realize how I was used to induce false guilt, that I was living with false guilt for 27 years. And it's just a wonder that I didn't drink or turn to drugs over it or even commit suicide, because when I had 1 year of sobriety, that's something I considered, because I was so guilt-ridden, and I found out that I connected the dots back to this is where it was coming from. When I first came into AA, they said it was spiritual, not religious, but it is. The components are there, and people need to be aware. And so I just wanted to point that out. And just my last point is that Celebrate Recovery is another adjunct to the process of people having problems with drugs or alcohol, particularly young people, and they're court-ordered to Celebrate Recovery, which is even more religiously explicit than AA. And that's, I see that as being Oliver Cromwell, religious tyranny, separation of church and state. Even though we have freedom of religion, I see that as separation of church and state violation. And this has been going on since the 1930s, and now it's getting worse with Celebrate Recovery joining in the mix. And my very last point is this: if anybody finds it of interest, the Serenity Prayer author, the author of the Serenity Prayer, Reinhold Niebuhr, Protestant theologian, there's a very interesting interview that he had in 1956 with Mike Wallace. And Niebuhr, in the interview, Wallace asked Niebuhr why separation of church and state is of importance, and Niebuhr gives his reasons, as that it's, that sometimes there's good religion, sometimes there's bad religion, et cetera, et cetera. So if people want to just look that up online, Reinhold Niebuhr and Mike Wallace, it's an excellent interview, and it really, it just capsulizes the whole thing. And AA, it's ironic because AA uses Reinhold Niebuhr's Serenity Prayer to open up their meetings, and yet people are court-ordered there, forced to attend by the government. And so I just wanted to bring that to your attention in case it's thought-provoking and of food for thought, and in case it's helpful at all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you giving me the chance to.
You're very welcome. Does anyone have any questions for Chris on this? Okay.
We need a motion.
Yeah, we do.
Motion to pass the resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass the resolution. Is there any other public comment? Well, seeing none, I'll bring it back to council. We have a motion and a second to pass the resolution. Any final comments from the council on this? Okie dokie. All right, Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tennant,
Yes.
Chopmire, Latour.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to start with our original new business, okay? I don't want to start with number one so I don't get all confused with the numbers. All right. Number one, a resolution to approve a budget adjustment reappropriating funds in the amount of $500,000 from the Willow Bend Development Cost Share Project to the in-house pavement improvements project for 2016. Paul?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This particular issue involves the transferring of $500,000 from a project for the funding of infrastructure for the Willow Bend project, from that project into the street overlay program for this year. Just to review, in 2015, we appropriated $500,000 for this project and $500,000 for this project in the 2016 budget. That project won't begin until the end of this year, sometime in November, from the last timetable we've heard. When we were developing the street overlay program, it was discussed in the street committee and subsequently here in the city council that it would be beneficial if we transferred $500,000 from that into the 2016 street overlay program so we could accelerate that program because Terry Gully had the people available to do this, and this is primarily for materials. Then what we will do is in 2017, where we'll need the remaining money for that project, we will reduce the overlay project for that year and transfer that money into the Willow Bend project.
Did this go through the Transportation Committee?
Yes, Mayor, it did. We reviewed it in detail, and there's unanimous support for it.
Okay. John, I think you pulled the item. Is there, I'm just...
Anytime, consent agendas are very convenient methods to dispense with routine sort of things, but they're also dangerous a little bit because you can tuck things away in those and they don't ever see the light of day. So I just take a general position. If we're spending a bunch of money, I want that discussed in a public forum. So people at home can see this on the televisions or on the internet, and those who are here can see what we're doing with the money. This is their money, not ours. So $500,000 makes an impression on me. I want that in the light of day. Thank you, Paul.
Sure.
Okay. Any other comments from the council on this? Do we have any public discussion on this? Okay, I'll bring it back to the council.
Mayor, I move we pass the resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass the resolution. Is there any final comments from the council on this? Yes, Adele.
Mayor, I'm just happy to say that I'm delighted for us to do anything we can to help this project move forward. And so I'm very happy that our finance director has seen fit to bring this idea to us, and I'm delighted that we're able to do it to help this project move forward.
Okay, anything else? All right, Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray. Yes. Marsh. Yes. Kenyon.
Yes.
Petty.
Yes.
Tennant.
Yes.
Shopmire. Latour.
Yes.
Okay, number 2. An ordinance to waive the requirements of formal competitive bidding and to authorize the purchase of a crisis response system from Rescue Phone Incorporated in the amount of $22,985 plus applicable taxes for use by the police department and to approve a budget adjustment. Kit.
Whereas the existing crisis response system used by the police department is more than 20 years old, and the company that supplied the system no longer makes replacement parts, which makes repairs difficult. And whereas the system supplied by Rescue Phone Incorporated is used by other law enforcement agencies in Northwest Arkansas and will increase interoperability during large-scale events. And whereas the Rescue Phone Incorporated sells directly to law enforcement agencies and is the sole source provider of the products that will best meet the needs of the police department. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, Section 1, that the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby finds that such circumstances constitute an exceptional situation where formal competitive bidding is not feasible or practical, and therefore waives the requirements of formal competitive bidding and authorizes the purchase of a crisis response system from Rescue Phone Incorporated in the amount of $22,985 plus applicable taxes for use by the police department.
Okay. Chief?
Thanks again. This is a very specialized piece of equipment we use. We use it in hostage situations or barricaded suspect situations. We currently have one that's over 20 years old. Obviously, as you can imagine, the technology's changed quite a bit over the last 20 years. It does a lot of other things that I just soon not talk about in a public meeting, a lot of covert things. It is a budgeted CIP item that's currently approved in the CIP.
Okay, what questions do we have for the chief on this? Am I good? All right. Any public comment on this? Okay, I'll bring it back to the council. What's the wishes of the council?
If we suspend the rules and go to the second reading?
A motion is second to go to the second reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long.
Yes.
Gray. Yes. Marsh.
Yes.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Petty.
Yes.
Tennant.
Yes.
Shopmire.
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
In order to waive the requirements of formal competitive bidding and authorize the purchase of a crisis response system from Rescue Phone Incorporated in the amount of $22,985 plus applicable taxes for use by the police department and to approve a budget adjustment.
If we suspend the rules and go to the third reading?
Second?
We have a motion and second to go to the third and final reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long.
Yes.
Gray. Yes. Marsh.
Yes.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Petty.
Yes.
Tennant.
Yes.
Shopmire.
Yes. In order,
Latour.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
In order to waive the requirements of formal competitive bidding and authorize the purchase of a crisis response system from Rescue Phone Incorporated in the amount of $22,985 plus applicable taxes for use by the police department and to approve a budget adjustment.
Okay, any final comments from the council on this? Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long.
Yes.
Gray. Yes. Marsh.
Yes.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Petty.
Yes.
Tennant.
Yes.
Shopmire. Latour.
Yes.
Okay, number 3, an ordinance to rezone that property described in zoning petition RZN 15-5268 for approximately .53 acres located north of 812 South College Avenue from NC Neighborhood Conservation to RSF 18 residential, single-family, 18 units per acre. Kit.
Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, Section 1, that the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby changes the zone classification of the property shown on the map, Exhibit A, and the legal description, Exhibit B, both attached to the Planning Department's agenda memo, from NC Neighborhood Conservation to RSF 18 residential, single-family, 18 units per acre. Section 2, that the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby amends the official zoning map of the City of Fayetteville to reflect the zoning change provided in Section 1.
Jeremy.
This is a half-acre property located in the Walker Park neighborhood at 812 South College Avenue and 943 Washington Avenue. It's undeveloped in a wooded site zoned currently neighborhood conservation. The request is to rezone the property to residential single-family 18 units per acre. This is also a single-family zone with a slightly higher density than neighborhood conservation. Staff recommended approval of this proposal, finding that it's consistent with the Walker Park Master Plan and the city's overall goals to promote infill and a variety of housing types and densities within the same neighborhood. The Planning Commission agreed with that recommendation and supported this request with a vote of 9-0.
What questions do we have for Jeremy on this? Yes.
Mayor, I'd just like to say I'll be recusing from this vote. I filed this application, and one of the owners of the property will be here tonight to answer your questions.
Okay. Oh, well then we have the applicant here, I believe. Would you like to present to the council? I apologize.
Hi, my name is Aaron Ederman. I'm one of the owners, and I'm available for any questions you have.
Do we have any questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you. Any public comment on this? Okay, I'll bring it back to the council. What's the wishes of the council?
Move we suspend the rules and go to the second reading?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go to the second reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Kennett,
Yes.
Shopmire,
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to rezone that property described in rezoning petition RZN 15-5266 for approximately half acre located north of 812 South College Avenue from neighborhood conservation to residential single-family 18 units per acre.
We go to the third and final reading?
Second?
We have a motion and a second to go to the third and final reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Kennett,
Yes.
Shopmire, Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to rezone that property described in rezoning petition RZN 15-5268 for approximately half acre located north of 812 South College Avenue from neighborhood conservation to residential single-family 18 units per acre.
Any final comments from the council? Everybody good? All right. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Kennett,
Yes.
Shopmire,
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, an ordinance to approve vacation 15-5277 submitted by Specialized Real Estate Incorporated for property located at 327 Southwest Avenue to vacate portions of street and alley rights-of-way. Kit.
Whereas the City Council has the authority under ACA 14-54-104 to vacate public grounds or portions thereof which are not required for corporate purposes, and whereas the City Council has determined that the following described street and alley rights-of-way are not required for corporate purposes, now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, Section 1, that the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby vacates portions of street and alley rights-of-way as described in Exhibit B attached to the Planning Department's memo. Section 2, a copy of this ordinance duly certified by the City Clerk along with a map attached as Exhibit A to the Planning Department's memo shall be filed in the office of the Washington County Circuit Clerk. Section 3, that this vacation approval is subject to the following conditions. 1, existing utilities are required to be relocated and a new easement dedicated as required by the franchise utilities prior to this vacation taking effect. Number 2, any costs associated with relocation of or damage to utilities and new easement dedication shall be at the owner-developer's expense. And 3, revised legal descriptions and or exhibits for the vacation shall be provided as needed prior to this item being placed on the City Council agenda. A new survey and legal description following the master street plan right-of-way at 21.5 feet from center line of West Avenue is included as Exhibits A and P attached to the Planning Department's memo.
Okay, Jeremy.
This is a lot located at 327 Southwest Avenue. is currently developed as a single-family home and has excess rights-of-way on both sides of the property. Along the West Avenue frontage, which is along the east side of the property, there's 19 feet of excess street right-of-way associated with West Avenue. In addition, on the back side of the property, the west side of the property, there's 30 feet of unused, formerly railroad right-of-way along that west property boundary. The council in years past has also vacated rights-of-way north and south of this property in a very similar fashion, and staff and the planning commission are recommending approval of this vacation.
Okay, what questions do we have for Jeremy on this? Everybody good? All right. Do you have any public comment on this? Okay, I'll bring it back to council. What's the wishes of the council?
Move we suspend the rules and go to the second reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go to the second reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire, Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to approve the AC 15-5277, submitted by Specialized Real Estate Incorporated for property located at 327 Southwest Avenue, vacate portions of a street and alley rights-of-way.
Move we suspend the rules and go to the third and final reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go to the third and final reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire, Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to approve the AC 15-5277, submitted by Specialized Real Estate Incorporated for property located at 327 Southwest Avenue to vacate portions of a street and alley rights-of-way.
Any final comments from the council on this? Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire, Latour.
Yes.
Okay, number 5, an ordinance to approve vacation 15-5279 submitted by CEI Engineering Associates Incorporated for property located at 660 West Martin Luther King Boulevard to vacate portions of utility easements. Kit.
Whereas the City Council has the authority under ACA 14-54-104 to vacate public grounds or portions thereof which are not required for corporate purposes, and whereas the City Council has determined that the following described utility easements are not required for corporate purposes. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, Section 1, that the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby vacates utility easements as described in Exhibit B attached to the Planning Department's memo. Section 2, that a copy of this ordinance duly certified by the City Clerk, along with the map attached as Exhibit A to the Planning Department's memo, shall be filed in the Office of Recorder of the Washington County Circuit Clerk. Section 3, this vacation approval is subject to the following conditions. Number 1, vacation of the existing utility easement shall not be valid until such time as a new easement has been filed of record for gas line along Government Avenue as generally shown on the plat attached to the Planning Department's memo. And number 2, any costs associated with the relocation of or damage to utilities and the new easement dedication shall be at the owner-developer's expense.
Jeremy.
The Walmart Neighborhood Market that's under construction on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard between Hill Avenue and Government Avenue dedicated new easements to serve the development as part of its large-scale development process. During their construction process, their utility connections changed, and so this is a request to vacate a utility easement and a portion of a water easement that were dedicated at that time. New easements will be platted to serve the new utility connection locations, and Planning Commission and staff are recommending approval of this vacation.
Okay. What questions do we have for Jeremy on this? Okay. What public comment do we have on this? Okay. Bring it back to council. What's the wishes of the council?
Move we go to the second reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go to the second reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire, Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to approve the AC 15-5279 submitted by CEI Engineering Associates Incorporated for property located at 660 West Martin Luther King Boulevard to vacate portions of utility easements.
Motion to suspend the rules and go to the third and final reading?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go to the third and final reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire, Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to approve the AC 15-5279 submitted by CEI Engineering Associates Incorporated for property located at 660 West Martin Luther King Boulevard to vacate portions of utility easements.
Any final comments from the council on this? Okay, Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire, Latour.
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. Number 6, an ordinance to approve vacation 15-5281 submitted by Blue and Associates Incorporated, property located at 1211 West James Street to vacate portions of utility and drainage easements. Kip.
Whereas the City Council has the authority under ACA 1454-104 to vacate public grounds or portions thereof which are not required for corporate purposes, and whereas the City Council has determined that the following described utility and drainage easements are not required for corporate purposes, now therefore it be ordained by the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, Section 1, that the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby vacates the utility, drainage, and trail easements as described in Exhibit B attached to the Planning Department's memo. Section 2, a copy of this ordinance duly certified by the city clerk along with a map attached to Exhibit A to the Planning Department's memo shall be filed in the office of Washington County Circuit Clerk. Section 3, that this vacation approval is subject to the following conditions. Number 1, vacation of the existing drainage easement shall not be valid until such time as a new drainage easement has been filed of record covering the current drainage path and as generally shown on the plat attached to the Planning Department's memo. And number 2, any cost associated with the relocation of or damage to utilities and the new easement dedication shall be at the owner-developer's expense.
Jeremy.
This is a property located between Weddington Drive and James Street, west of the Harps on Garland Avenue. It is undeveloped, but we have a proposal currently before the Planning Division to develop the property. The request is to vacate and replat existing 20-foot utility easement and also a 30-foot drainage easement as shown in the maps to follow the current drainage path. Staff is supporting this request, and the Planning Commission did as well with a vote of 8-0.
What questions do you have for Jeremy on this? Okay, what public comment do we have? Okay, what's the wishes of the council?
I move we go to the second reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go to the second reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire, Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to approve VAC 15-5281 submitted by Blue and Associates Incorporated for property located at 1211 West James Street to vacate portions of utility and drainage easements.
I move we go to the third and final reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go to the third and final reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire,
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to approve VAC 15-5281 submitted by Blue and Associates Incorporated for property located at 1211 West James Street to vacate portions of utility and drainage easements.
Any final comments from the council on this? All right. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Petty,
Yes.
Tenet,
Yes.
Shopmire,
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
Okay, number 7. An ordinance to modify RPZD Residential Plan Zoning District 12, 4284 Park Hill at Mountain Ranch to slightly reduce the total area and the number of lots and to replace an alley with shared driveways. Kit.
Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, Section 1, that the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby approves a minor modification to RPZD Residential Plan Zoning District 12-4284 Mountain Ranch to slightly reduce the total area and the number of lots and to replace an alley with shared driveways as shown on Exhibit A attached to the Planning Department's memo. Section 2, that this modification approval is subject to the following conditions. Number 1, all other conditions of approval from the previously approved RPZD 12-4284 Park Hill at Mountain Ranch shall apply. Number 2, approval of this PZD modification does not grant approval of development details for the project. The proposed subdivision layout shall be reviewed as part of the subdivision platting process. And number 3, consistent with the site plan proposed by the applicant, all garages shall face the side or rear and shall be reviewed for compliance at the time of building permit.
Okay, Jeremy.
The Park Hill at Mountain Ranch Residential Plan Zoning District consists of 13 single-family lots. It's located in West Fayetteville off of Mountain Ranch Boulevard. This proposal is to slightly modify that plan zoning district to reduce the number of lots to 10 residential lots and to also change the access plan from a rear private alley access to shared drives. After reviewing the plans that's submitted before you as part of this packet, staff is recommending approval, as did the Planning Commission, with a vote of 8-1.
Okey-doke. What questions do we have for Jeremy on this? Yes, Alan?
Jeremy, what was the reasons for wanting to do that, to move from the back alley?
Probably have to ask the
Oh,
applicant.
is the applicant here? I apologize. Yes. All right. Jorgensen, how are you tonight?
I'm doing very good. My name's Dave Jorgensen, and I'm here to answer these questions for you. The reason for the revision to the PZD is the fact that originally the owner had planned on taking the rear of some of the lots in Mountain Ranch Phase 1. The new revision makes our west boundary line conform to the east boundary line of the Mountain Ranch Phase 1, which reduced that amount of property and also reduced the amount of lots that we have on there. In addition to that, we had some complaints from some of the neighbors that this property backs up to, that they would prefer not to have a alley running the length of the property. So that is the reason for the change.
Thank you.
Good. John, you got anything? That's your ward.
What does a shared driveway look like? It's shared because everybody on that property line is going to be using the same driveway?
Correct.
Does that become a little cumbersome at some point?
Sometimes it can be.
Well, there are several shared driveways planned for this, aren't there? They're divided between a couple houses?
Yes. On the new version, it is shared by two houses in the case of one or two of them, and then I think three houses in the other case. But I think it's going to be fairly well spelled out in the fact that they have to help maintain the driveways, and by the way, that this is an access and utility easement. But yeah, problems can arise for a shared drive.
But anybody who purchases in this development understands they're taking it with a shared driveway.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
I'd want a discount.
Okay. Is there any other questions for the applicant? Oh, I'm sorry, Al.
So just to be clear, we've talked about this and that area quite a bit in our Ward 4 meetings. So there will be adequate parking for each house, though?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Anything else for the applicant? All right. Thank you, Dave, very much. Who else would like to address us on this issue tonight from the public? Okey-doke, I'll bring it back to the council. What's the wishes of the council tonight?
Mayor, move we go to the second reading.
Second.
We have a motion second to go to the second reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Hetty,
Yes.
Tennant,
Yes.
Shopmire,
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to modify residential plan zoning District 12-4284, Park Hill at Mountain Ranch, to slightly reduce the total area and the number of lots, and to replace an alley with shared driveways.
We suspend the rules and go to the third reading?
Second.
We have a motion second to go to the third and final reading. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Hetty,
Yes.
Tennant,
Yes.
Shopmire,
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
An ordinance to modify residential plan zoning District 12-4284, Park Hill at Mountain Ranch, to slightly reduce the total area and the number of lots, and to replace an alley with shared driveways.
Okay. Any final comments from the council? Very good. All right. Sandra, would you please call the roll?
Long,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Hetty,
Yes.
Tennant,
Yes.
Shopmire,
Yes.
Latour.
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. That concludes our business tonight. What announcements do we have? Yes,
Mayor,
Adela.
we'll be having a Ward 1 meeting this Thursday night at the Senior Center on College. And our main topic of conversation, of course, we're always open for anything that Ward 1 people want to talk about, but we'll be talking about the pilot study that we're undergoing with our recyclables, and that'll be explained, as well as the maps to let the folks know who are going to be participating in that pilot study. So it's a very important meeting for Ward One, this Thursday night at the Senior Center on College.
Okay. Anything else? All
Mayor,
right.
Just one announcement real quickly. I want to encourage residents to fill out the Economic Development Strategic Plan Survey. You can find that on our website, www.fayetteville-ar.gov. We've extended that for a couple of weeks and certainly want to try to make sure everyone has had the opportunity to provide input to that survey.
Okay. Anything else? Thank you all very much. We're adjourned.